Whether you are a student, a lecturer, or a professional, these tips are for you. In today's video, we are going to look at 3 basic tips. How to convert ink to text. This has to do with text, shapes, and mathematical equations. How to use the field maps, which are quite handy for professionals who want to describe putting their data both at local, regional, or global scale. And then lastly, we are going to look at how to remove backgrounds from images in Microsoft PowerPoint. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Rashid, and welcome back to Epic Mentorship, where we glare your ideas on different tips and tricks that has to do with academic and non-academic engagements. So if you are new here, consider liking and subscribing to our channel to keep enjoying related useful videos. So why don't we jump into my PC to learn just these 3 tips today. So the first tip is on converting ink to text. Okay, so to have that, we need an icon in the ribbon called draw, which we don't have here. Okay, so to get that, you just come over to anywhere over here and just right click and say customize the ribbon. So to your right, you just move down, you can see draw. Okay, you just click in draw and you click on OK. And now we have a new drop down called draw. Okay, so once we hover over it and click, we can have series of other icons to play around with. So for example, we have the mouse button here, which is to be selected whenever we finish up a particular task in the draw option. So this is the lasso sign that we can always use to define a given text and to help convert it to either text or shape, as the case may be. Okay, this is the eraser which we can use to erase our whatever we want to clean up. And then this is the pen that we have. This is a black pen. As you click on it, you can see the drop down. You can select different types of diameter of the thickness of the pen. Okay, depending on what you want to use, either to smaller or to bigger thickness. Okay, you can increase the size as well if you want. Okay, you have different colorations from here you can choose, and you can add more colors if you so wish. And then down here you have the red pen. Okay, when you come down also, it has the same functions. You can just customize it to different function. Over here you have the highlighter. It has also the same function. You can add the diameter and change coloration as you wish to. When you are drawing, you can highlight key features also with this. You have the ruler down here, and then next to it we have the ink to text conversion tool. Okay, next we have the ink to shape and ink to math. I'll show you just now how you can use this. All right, so assuming we want to write some text and try to convert it using the ink using this very tool, all you need to do is to come over to this pen and click on it. For example, we want to write testing, or we just write a test. All right, we just write a test, and then we just come over here to this lasso tool and just select it and make sure that everything is selected. All right, make sure that everything is selected, and we just come over here and say ink to text. Okay, and you can see it converted directly. Okay, so the next thing is we can actually edit this and make it our own text, just like the normal text, by just coming over here and making sure that this mouse icon is selected. So once you select it, it removes it from the lasso sign, and then we can edit this text and even use it for our PowerPoint slide. Okay, so it's a very interesting feature that we can always use. All right, so next thing, let's say we want to create shapes with this very tool. So all we need to do is to come to this pen, we select it, and then maybe we try to draw a given shape. Let's say a rectangle. All right, then we can draw a circle also, and then maybe we can draw a square, and we want to convert all of them. So once we come to this lasso tool and select, and make sure we select all of them, and then click on ink to shape, it's automatically going to convert them to the given shape that we have targeted. Okay. So if you want to edit and customize this to your liking, then you have to come over to this mouse tool and select it. So you remove the draw sign out of it, so you can actually move around, even enlarge and resize this to your liking, and even insert text to it. It's a very handy feature that you can always use to move on. Okay, cool. So the next thing is, let's say we want to write a mathematical expression. So all you need to do is to come here and maybe select y is equal to x squared. All right. And then we come over to this lasso tool and select all of them. And we click in ink to maths. Okay, so it converts it directly to mathematical equation. Right. So if you want to edit this also, you need to make sure that this mouse icon is selected. So you have it to yourself. You can edit, you can customize, you can even write elements together on here. Okay. Next is we can open the ink equation editor also in this very icon or tool. So once you open the ink equation editor, here you can write directly and it will be translating as you are writing. For example, we can say y equals to x squared, right, x cubed, and it will just write and insert for us. Okay. So you can use this, you can further edit with the equation editor over here. You can add range of equations or mathematical formulations as the case may be. Okay, depending on what you want to actually work on, right? So you can have series of equations that you can add to this particular one, right, down here. And you can have series of objects that you can add also down here. It's very handy and useful. All right, so the next thing is we can actually do ink replay. So you can select the ink and let's write something simple. And you can actually use the ink replay to replay this. Okay, so we can just say text. Okay, so this is quite handy when you are dealing with animations in the videos or in PowerPoint. You want to display some animations, you can use this ink replay to showcase that. Okay, the next tip is on how to use the field maps. Field maps are extremely important for professionals and students who want to showcase data over, like I said, regional, global, or country related. So all you need to do is to come to insert here and then come over to charts. Okay, so you move down to maps. Okay, once you select maps and then you come over here and say okay. So this is automatically going to insert the global map for you, selecting, highlighting different countries. All right, so this is the different data that this is showcasing. You can change it according to your liking, or you can delete as far as you want. Okay, for example, I want to showcase only the data for all just these three countries: Mexico, United States, and Brazil. So you can delete the rest. For example, I can say delete the entire row, and you can see it's shifted. Or maybe you want to showcase only the United States and Mexico, for example. All right, and you can see the transition. Okay, so you can easily do so many things with this. You can change the elements, you can add title, and you can decide to center it or put it at the bottom or above. You can use labels. Okay, you can use legends. You can vary the positions of the legends, and then you can decide to use different types of the one. Okay, you can use different type, whether it is this grid type or this type, right? Or this highlighting the key features, and then you can decide to change the coloration as well. Okay, assuming we select this and we decide to change the coloration and vary accordingly, we can do it. Okay, so this is quite handy if you want to actually showcase a particular location. You can even go down to cities and to automatically give you a very good display of the map and a very good display of the legend as per the increment or decrement of the data. You can always come over here to right to select and add more data if you have. Okay, and then you can edit. You can always call on this chart if you want, right? This Excel sheet, all right, and you can always refer back and change and select other type of charts. Over here, you can insert other different types of charts so that you can work directly in the Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so the third tip that we are going to look at today is how to remove backgrounds from images. So usually there are a range of images, there are a range of sources you can find images. But for now, let's try to use the newly added feature to Office 365, which is the stock images. To get to stock images, we quickly come to insert and we come to pictures here. When we click on the drop down menu, we can see stock images. Okay, so we click on stock images and you see there are thousands of images that have been added here for your own use directly. You can use directly from, you can search, or you can check within the subcategories accordingly and then search images that you want. So you can take any image from here and make use as your own image for this particular task. So let's say we are going with this image here and we'll insert it into our presentation. So the first thing we'll look at is that this image has some background and we need to remove the background, and that's our task for today. To remove the background, make sure that the image is you double click on the image to have the picture format icon here selected, and then you can move down here to remove background. Okay, you click on remove background. By clicking, it will highlight the key places that it's going to remove as background to this particular image. But then there are some selected areas that it is removing, which we don't want. So we can come over here to your left and say mark areas to keep. So you select this pen and then make sure that these areas are selected. You want them to be kept. Okay, these areas should be kept. All right, you notice that it didn't keep these areas, and down here we notice also that this particular part of its wing is not there. Okay, so we can select to actually keep those areas. So once we finish our selection of the places, we can just click on keep changes. So you can see that the background to our particular image has been removed. So this image now, we can add it to any background. It doesn't have a background. So you can do the same for any image that you have, whether in stock image or in an image that you upload into PowerPoint by yourself. So this particular image can be used on any slide that has a background. For example, we can put in a background to this and you will see the impact. All right, so you can see clearly that yes, the background doesn't show and the background has been removed. Okay, it's easy to put it on any background. Okay, because the image background has been removed. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with me up to this point. And I do hope you have learned something today. If you do, kindly feel free to share with your friends. And don't forget to always hit the like and subscribe button to keep enjoying related useful videos from this channel. See you in my next video. Bye.